Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of slope as unit rate. This is standard 8.4b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 42 off the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got 6 pencils costing 30 cents. So each pencil has the same cost. This gives us a clue we're looking for our unit rate. So how many cents per pencil is really what we're looking for here. So they don't necessarily give it to us in that order. They give us the pencils first. But take a look. We've got our cents. That's our y-axis right here. And our pencils are our x-axis. The reason I want it to look like that is because I know that slope, that equals the rise over run. That's the change in y over the change in x. So when we're dealing with slope, we always want the y coordinates to be in the numerator. That's why our cents y coordinate need to be in our numerator. So really we're just going to take two different y coordinates, subtract them, two different x coordinates, subtract them, put those in the numerator and denominator. That's going to get us our slope. So we've got 6 pencils, and that is going to cost us 30 cents. So we can get a unit rate pretty easily of 30 over 6. So that is going to be, looks like we're going to have 5 cents per pencil. All right, so that's pretty basic, cheap pencils. So we need to find a slope now. And we don't necessarily have lines. We've just got dots. We can go ahead and cross off J. Let's take a look at J real quick. That's just random. Look, the same number of pencils. 6 pencils costs 0. They cost 10. They cost 20. 6 pencils also cost 30. They also cost 40. You would expect them to cost 50 as well. So this has got no slope because you need to both change in x and a change in y. This does not have a change in x. So if you were to subtract it, you would have it over 0, right? And that's just undefined. You cannot divide anything by 0. So that's no slope. It needs to be sloping up or down like you see in F, G, or H. All right, so how do we figure out the slope in these other problems here? Well, let's take a look. We need to find two different sets of x and y coordinates and subtract them. But all of these start at the origin. That's why we're crossing off J. So we're going to use that as one of our sets. We don't necessarily have any of them that go for 1 and 5. So we're just going to go for this first set right here. Right? So this is 210 if we were to plot the points. Obviously this is 0, 0. Let me show you why using the origin is so good. So change in y. So that's 10 minus 0. And then change in x. 2 minus 0. Well, minusing 0 doesn't do anything. Might as well just draw them off. So if you're starting at the origin, you can just take one of your xy coordinates, and if you put the y on top, you can use that as your slope. 10 over 2 equals 5. All right, that's looking good. That's what I was wanting. So I'm going to question mark that one just in case I miscalculated, and G and H give us the same thing, but the slopes look different. All right, look at that. We've got one. This one's pretty simple. We've got an x of 1, y of 30, which means we're going to put a y on top, x below, so that's just 30. This is 30 cents a pencil. And we needed 30 cents for 6 pencils, so that is not going to work. Way too steep of a slope. This almost looks too shallow. I've got, there we go, 5. Okay, so I've got, just looking for a line that I could use, or a dot that I could use that crosses both the x and the y. And I've got an x of 5 and a y of 5, so I'm going to put both of those right there. So that just makes 1. And that's 1 cent per pencil. I don't need 1 cent per pencil. I need 5 cents per pencil. So my answer here is going to be F.